Welcome Talking Fam, and welcome to another Talking Sports video. And today we are going to go over the AFC West off-season recap, as they've had a lot of stuff going on this off-season. A whole bunch of stuff I'm going to get into in the later rest of the video. But before I get into it, please like and subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's go and get into today's video. Alright, our first team we're going to do today is the Los Angeles Chargers. They started out the offseason by signing wide receiver Mike Williams to a contract extension. They also extended exclusive right tenders to wide receiver Jalen Guyton, tackle Storm Norton, and tight end Donald Parham Jr. They also released tackle Brian Bulada. They also traded their second-round selection and a 2023 sixth round to Chicago for outside linebacker Khalil Mack, which was the biggest deal of the offseason. They also signed defensive linebacker Sebastian Joseph Day from the Rams. They also signed cornerback J.C. Jackson and defensive lineman Austin Johnson. They also re-signed defensive lineman Christian Covington and quarterback Chase Daniel, so he'll stay as their backup. They also signed long snapper Josh Harris and punter J.K. Stott. And their last thing was on the 22nd of March. They signed tight end Gerald Everett. So that is the Chargers. The Chargers haven't done much this offseason. They've only gotten Khalil Mack. They've gotten Sebastian Joseph Day. They've gotten a couple offensive weapons, but other than that, they've only gotten non-players. So let's go ahead and go on to the next team, which is the Kansas City Chiefs, which actually they probably have had a not so great offseason. They have lost Tyrann Mathieu. They have lost Tyreek Hill. So I just think they're in the dip down this year. All right, so the Chiefs have tagged Orlando Brown with the franchise tag. They have agreed to terms with safety Justin Reed. They've signed offensive lineman Andrew Wiley. They have also signed wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. They have signed fullback Michael Burton. They've also signed... Alright, this might take a while. Wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Wide receiver, defensive back Luke Bartow. Tight end Blake Bell. Tackle Jerron Christian. Wide receiver Corey Coleman. Quarterback Chad Henne. Linebacker Elijah Lee. Center Austin Ryder. Defensive tackle Derek Nadati have all been signed, and they signed linebacker Jermaine Carter and safety Deion Bush. That's a lot of stuff. And that was a lot of stuff on May 24th. They've signed all those players. But I think Marquez Valdez-Scantling still, I don't know if he can, and Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't know if they can really show the Chiefs' offense. I don't think they can show it up. But anyway, Juju Smith-Schuster will make a good team with Jackson Mahomes. Alright, next up we have our next team. We have the Las Vegas Raiders. They started out the offseason. They didn't have a big offseason until later in the offseason. So let's take a look. Alright, they started out the offseason by releasing defensive back Kevon Frazier. And then they signed Max Crosby to a multi-year contract extension. Where they also released linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski, defensive end Carl Nassib, and linebacker Corey Littleton. They also signed linebacker Chandler Jones, cornerback Anthony Averett, cornerback Darius Phillips, running back Brandon Bolden, fullback Jacob Johnson, wide receiver Matt Hollins, defensive tackle by Law Nichols, and offensive lineman Alex Bars, while they also acquired cornerback Rock Ya-Sin via trade with the Colts for defensive end Yannick Ngakoue. So, they also traded away their first and second round selections for the draft, and as for acquiring wide receiver Devontae Adams from the Packers. They also signed running back Amir Abdullah. Alright, they signed the backup quarterback to replace Marcus Mariota. They signed Garrett Gilbert. They also got tackle Brandon Parker, linebacker Micah Kaiser, and linebacker Kyler Fackrell. They also signed wide receiver Demarcus Robinson, defensive tackle Kyle Pico, and tight end Jacob Hollister. They also signed defensive tackle Vernon Butler, safety Duron Harmon, and linebacker Jalen Brown. Alright, their last day that they did anything. They signed offensive lineman Jermaine Ilunmuner, waived safety Jordan Brown, defensive tackle P.J. Johnson, and tackle William Sweet, as well as safety and Cheryl Jamerson and wide receiver Javon Wims. That is the Las Vegas Raiders offseason recap. So let's move on to the last team on our list, the Denver Broncos. I don't know what's wrong with this ESPN thing, but it doesn't say the Russell Wilson trade, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that. So they went ahead and traded away Drew Lock, and they also traded away some really good players on their defense for Russell Wilson. So what happened was they signed offensive lineman Billy Turner to a one-year deal. So they released wide receiver Deshaun Hamilton. They signed offensive lineman Ben Braden to a contract. They re-signed linebacker Joey Jewell to a 2-year deal. They signed outside linebacker Malik Reed to a 10-year deal. Signed defensive tackle DJ Jones to a 3-year deal. They signed tight end Eric Tomlinson to a 1-year deal as well. They released defensive lineman Deshaun Williams to a 1-year deal. And they signed offensive lineman Tom Compton to a 1-year deal as well. They also signed defensive end Randy Gregory to a 5-year deal, and signed quarterback Josh Johnson, linebacker Alex Singleton, and safety J.R. Reed, as well as cornerback K'Wan Williams to a 2-year deal, and signed offensive lineman Billy Turner. And that's it for the team. Thank you for watching today's video. I got stuff to do. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. Talking fans.